Join with us today. We have more than 40 participants. So please allow me to start this session by introducing our distinguished guests to all of you. Firstly, please welcome Professor Furuta Moto, Rector at VJU. Also, please welcome Associate Professor Trần Thị Thanh Tú, Vice Rector of VJU. Please welcome Professor Hiroshi Morita from Yokohama National University, the MBA Program Director at VJU. Regarding our distinguished speakers today, please welcome Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân, CEO of Fin Group. Also, please welcome Associate Professor Nguyễn Đăng Minh, Chairman of the Advisory Board, Vietnam GKM Company. And last but not least, welcome all MBA lecturers, MBA students, and other participants. Especially, I notice here we have international participants who join us this session, special talk show sessions from outside of Vietnam. Thank you. Thank you very much for spending your valuable time with us today. And now, to kick off the program, I would like to invite Professor Trần Thị Thanh Tú, who will be the moderator during our special talk session and sharing MBA program today. Please welcome Professor Trần Thị Thanh Tú.
Yeah, thank you, Minh, for your nice introduction. And once again, thank you for all distinguished experts, professors, and participants to join our MBA seminar today. First, I would like to introduce Professor Furuta Moto, Director of VJU, will have a welcome speech. Furuta Moto, please.
Yes, I'm Furuta, Rector of Vietnam Japan University, VJU. On behalf of VJU, I would like to warmly welcome all of you to the open campus of the VJU Master Program of Business Administration. Vietnam Japan University was established in 2014 and opened in 2016 as a symbol of friendship between Vietnam and Japan. Last October, Japanese Prime Minister Suga Yoshihide, during his friendship visit to Vietnam, gave a speech at VJU, which affirmed that VJU is a symbol of cooperation in the field of human resource training between Japan and ASEAN. Currently, global trends such as population explosion, globalization, internationalization, and the fourth industrial revolution are causing great and rapid changes in society. Life in a changing society sometimes makes us feel that common sense is useless, like a person who goes to the sea without a compass. In training, VJU attaches great importance to the fostering the necessary qualities to help us overcome the state of going to the sea without a compass. That's why VJU upholds the philosophy of liberal arts education, sustainable development. VJU has a mission to provide international quality human resources towards becoming experts, leaders, and managers in Vietnam, Japan, in the region, and in the world. In order to have human resources to play such a key role, the motto of the university is to focus on training learners with combined abilities from a wide range of knowledge in many fields and skills to deal with big changes of society and capable of promoting leadership on an ethical and moral basis. In other words, if we want to train learners with competencies that cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence, we must attach importance to the development of independent thinking, creative skills, and decisive skills. This is a reason that Vietnam Japan University attaches great importance to education in the direction of unbinding, that is, liberal education. Currently, VJU has 8 master programs, including area studies, public policy, business administration, environmental engineering, nanotechnology, and infrastructure engineering, and climate change and development, and global leadership. There are 2 bachelor's programs, Japanese studies, computer science and technology. There are interdisciplinary programs that cover many areas of the natural and social sciences, and the common roof of these programs is sustainable development and sustainable science. Among VJU's master programs, MBA is the most strong program. This program provides you the basic philosophy and practices of business in Vietnam and worldwide, with special emphasis on Japanese style management and sustainability. I do hope you could enjoy today's MBA special seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rector Professor Tamoto, for your very warmly welcome speech and also an overview introduction about the VJU development strategy and also education philosophy of VJU and also MBA. Thank you very much for spending your time with us during your business trip in Japan, Tokyo. Thank you once again, Fru Tamoto. And next, I would like to have an overview about our schedule today. Continue will be an introduction on MBA program by Hiroshi Morita Professor, the Director of MBA program from Yokohama National University. And then we will have 2 talk shows from very, very special guests from the industry in the administration in Vietnam and also in the data analysis in Vietnam. And after 2 talk shows by the experts, we will have a Q&A question for the 2 experts and also Morita Sensei. And then we will have some information section about the MBA program on details about how to apply for the MBA and what is the benefits for the participant, what about the scholarship. And then today we will be very happy to receive sharing from MBA alumni about their experience in studying at VJU and also about the career opportunities for them after graduation. And finally, we will have the open discussion and also QA section. So I myself also a lecturer from MBA program. So today I'm very happy to be the moderator to sharing with you about experience on MBA program, not only from the lecturer, but also from the researcher. And now I would like to introduce Professor Hiroshi Morita. He's the co-director from Yokohama National University to have an introduction on MBA program. Yeah, Morita Sensei, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Vice Rector Professor Tu Sensei. as Professor to introduce me, I am Hiroshi Morita. Morita is family name. And I am in charge of co-director of Japan side of VJU MBA program. So as Professor Tu introduced the today's contents, I would like to introduce the piece of information about MBA program. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to everyone who is now participating in this program, especially two keynote speakers, Mr. Gwen Kwan-Tuan-Sang, and also Professor Gwen Dang-Min-San. Thank you very much for coming here, although you are so busy persons, right? Thank you very much. So maybe I think time is limited, so I would like to share my slides with you. Okay, so please wait for a moment. Okay, so could you see my slide? Okay, so this is again the contents of today's seminar. Now we are to the point 2, an introduction on MBA program. So I would like to start introduction of this program. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say some pieces of information of MBA program. First, objective of this program. So this is the objective, developing business leaders or entrepreneurs in Vietnam who can produce knowledge rather than consume it. It is easy for everyone to consume knowledge which past research found out. It is also it is very interesting to consume and know much about the knowledge who others have already found. But we have to produce something new knowledge about business and economy. And we would like to the students to be a business person or researcher who can produce knowledge rather than consume knowledge. Okay, it is not easy to produce knowledge compared to consuming knowledge, but I would like to promise that if you come to VJU, then you can be a producer of new knowledge about business. And the second one is we would like to be students to a person who can solve business problems from scientific perspective. It is easy for us to say many things according to our experience, right? But sometimes just knowing experience about ourselves leads to some bias to decision making. We have to collect many data and analyze data and finally interpret data. What kind of implication the data analysis have, right? And as I said that we would like students to be a producer of knowledge, we would like to students learn about how to solve the problems they face, not knowing much knowledge, right? So the writing master thesis through this program, every students in VJU program can learn how to formulate the problems they face in academic base and how to solve and how to find new things and how to solve the problems they face, right? So this is the second objective. And the third one is I would like to be the students to be a person who has the mind of global sense in business and research on this area. Because of this program is very global in a sense that the programs are provided in English And contents is many contents are based on the global research results. So you can learn many things in a global sense, right? And from this picture, you can see that what kind of scene can be seen in the campus of VJU. Okay, so you can see the right-hand side person is actually, this is a professor from Yokohama National University. And this is just not playing some game. It is just determining the order of the presentation by scissors, rock, and paper, right? So this is a part of the class on some course. And as I said, I would like to the students to have the nice presentation in their course, all right? Okay, the second, I would like to go to the next page. Okay, so pieces of information of VJU MBA program, which is about how are we different from other MBA programs, will be provided in this slide. VJU MBA program is offering standard and global MBA program, of course, provided by Vietnamese leading researchers and also Japanese researchers with knowledge created through cases of management in Japan. Maybe I think that the most of you or a few of you, I don't know, I'm not sure, but many have an experience of hearing this word, kaizen in Japanese word. This is this is translated into English as continuous improvement to reduce waste. This is one of the jargon or some terminology in the theory of management, which comes from the experience from the Japanese companies. And it is frequent that this word kaizen is used in academic papers in the area of management, even papers written by the researchers in the European countries or United States. Or the other words, BA, the next word BAs, which is ba in Japanese. And this is a space for collaboration. And it is not necessarily the physical place. It is not just campus or some floor on the buildings. This is some space which maybe has not a physical place, but something like this. Space for collaboration is needed when we collaborate on something. This is also the jargon or technical term which comes from the experience from Japanese companies. And as you know, like these two words, in the area of management, many concepts based on the practice or experience in Japanese companies are the works as a piece of the theory of management. Okay, and we Japanese side have lots of access to the documents about these knowledge based on Japanese firms in Japanese language. But it is difficult for foreign researchers to have an access to the documents in Japanese words, Japanese language. But we can have, and we can translate it into English when it is needed. It is needed by students. And that is big advantage for us, right? Okay. And Japanese cultures in business and life is also maybe interesting to many of you. And one of the things which I would like to introduce is that some phrase which is very famous in Japan, which is the last words, please, 3-direction goodness. If we have some transaction between the customers, then one direction is customers, and next one is us. The transaction should be beneficial to both of direction, to the customers and to us. But there is another third direction which we should take care of. This is the words from some group of merchants in 17th century in Japan. And the third one is the others who are not related to these transactions. But maybe I think you can imagine what kind of things which I'm now talking. This is a society, that is the third party. And now social responsibility is very, very corporate social responsibility is a very big issues in management. So, and the Japanese people like these words, right? The three direction, goodness. We have to take care about the third party or society, even if the peoples in some groups are not related to our transaction. And one of the interesting phrases here, do not sell the customers things they prefer, rather sell the customers things that are beneficial to them. This is also the sentence from one of the lessons of Omi merchants. Omi is the name of some area in Japan in 17th century that are famous of three direction goodness. So maybe we can introduce and let you know the basics about the theory of management through these practice or experience in Japanese companies, right? This is the advantage for us. And a teaching style based on collaboration between leading Vietnam researchers and YNU researcher. YNU experience is then the second things which I would like to say as advantage of us. We can have intensive and individual communication with students, and we can let the students know many things about the basics, but that is not all. We will let students think about things by themselves, about the problems which the students should solve in master thesis, all right? So there are lots of communication between students and the teachers are the one of the features in VJU MBA program. Okay, so I am working at Yokohama National University in Japan. So some of you or a few of you or many of you are interested in where is the location of Yokohama and the Yokohama National University. So I would like to introduce briefly about the location of Yokohama City and Yokohama National University, YNU in abbreviated form. So starting with a world map, this is a typical world map where the center is the European countries, right? And in this world map, Japan Islands are at the far east end of this map here. So enlarging it, you can see the 4 Japanese islands. And focusing on the square area, this is one of the centers in business or politics or education in Japan. Okay, so let's go to these squares. Okay, so you can see the first, the black point here. This is Tokyo. This is the now current capital in Japan. And the next one, the second black point is Kyoto. Tokyo and Kyoto is very similar in pronunciation. And Kyoto is the old capital, and this city has a lot of temples to visit as tourists. So when you are a tourist, then the Kyoto is the first place to visit. And the third point, black point, is here, which is closer to Tokyo. And this is Yokohama City, and Yokohama National University, YNU, is located here. So let's take a look at some picture. So on the above, you can see the ocean. Okay, so this is Yokohama Harbor, which is one of the 2 biggest, largest harbor in Japan, and the first harbor which opened to foreigners in 19th century, when the time of closure in Japan. And the next one, this is Yokohama Railway Station, and in the below, you can see green area. This is the campus of Yokohama National University. So you can see blue area and green area. Actually, there are lots of green in Yokohama National University campus, and there are lots of experiments about how to reduce CO2 using green in our campus, or how do we can use green to reduce electric power for air conditioners, something like that. Okay, again, the picture is about the harbor and the campus of our university, Yokohama National University. Yokohama National University is one of partner universities of VJU, and maybe one of leading national universities in Japan, and has 5 colleges such as business administration, economics, engineering, education, and urban science. And I would like to you to remember this. The name of university is Yokohama National University. There is another Yokohama something university, such as Yokohama City University. This is different from our university. We are Yokohama National University, like Vietnam National University, okay? Yokohama is not the name of the country, but the same word, national, is used for our name, okay? This is not Yokohama University. Please remember this. Okay, so finally, as a summary of what I have talked, I would like to offer 10 reasons why you have to study here MBA in VJU, adding something. First one is high quality program based on experience of MBA program of Yokohama National University, teaching, a long history teaching in Yokohama National University Business School. And also, of course, the program is provided in English, so it is global. International environment with the participation of maybe over 50% of lecturers who are leading professors from YNU. So you can see the scene of the some class on course. This is the class provided in Yokohama National University, especially offered to VJU students in the past. The third one, and many attractive activities for students are waiting for you. Field trips or special seminars, seminar with Japanese lectures in the second year when you come to Japan. Even in the situation, in the bad COVID-19 situation, you can participate in the seminar by online, and the researching projects funded by VJU. And then if you have chance, you can have the 2-month visit to Japan as 2-month internship program. Okay, so this is a picture of the actual the visit to some Japanese major company, one of the major airline companies in Japan, All Nippon Airlines. You may know the name of this company, ANA, right? So this is the center for training employees, which is closer to the Tokyo National Airport. So in the past, students have an experience of visiting these centers. Okay, and you can learn Japanese language also. And even if the situation is not good because of COVID-19, you, as I said, you can have some the course about the Japanese language or culture offered by YNU teachers. And this is an example of the sentence which you can speak after this course. I would like to pronounce in Japanese words, first of all, このお寺は14世紀に建てられました. This means that this temple was built in 14th century. Maybe I think that a few of the participants here have already experienced this course and had a great presentation about the introducing Vietnamese countries, Vietnamese cultures and foods in Japanese language. okay? And many other things are waiting for you as the reason why you should learn here in MVJU. Okay, and finally, I would like to say something about job opportunities after graduation. Okay, so you can see some statistics here in this table, right? And in the middle of the table, you can see the number of the students, alumni who are now working in Japanese companies. But this is the statistics in the past year. So it is not necessary that this is not current situation, but you can see that the alumni and students can have some access or the chance to as an employee in Japanese companies also, right? So if you are interested in Japanese culture and education, you should come to VJU. Okay, so more details you should ask VJU office program office after this seminar, okay? Or you can ask something after in the session of Q&A. Okay, so that's all from me. So I hand over to you, Professor 2, Vice Rector 2, please.
Yes, thank you, Professor Morita, for your very interesting and informative presentation. It's very impressive what we did after 5 years. So I think we would like to express our thanks to our former directors, Professor Matsui from Yokohama National University, and also Professor Phạm Thị Liên, the former director from Vietnamese side, and also about all graduate students who contribute to the successful of MBA up to now. And we are very happy today to receive the coming back from the alumni MBA students. They will come back to participate in the sharing from MBA alumni. Thank you, Morita Sensei.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and next I'd like to introduce Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân. Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân is and currently he is the CEO of the Fin Group, one of the largest company in the data analysis in economics and finance in Vietnam, and he's also the of the working experience in the PwC in Vietnam, and also the director in the Vietnam Holding Asset Management. And Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân is an expert in the field of the financial service consultants, financial analysis, evaluation, and also investment management. Mr. Thuân received the master in the New South Wales and also have the ACCA certificate. Today we are very honored to receive Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân to have a talk show with the MBA student and also participant. Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân, please.
Good afternoon, professors and director of Vietnam Japan University. Good afternoon, Professor Minh, and student and participants in this seminar. So before I start, I think I would like to share my screen. Can you see that?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, Professor Tu, for introducing me. So I'm very happy and for sharing my personal view and my even experience in working with the Japanese partners, and as requested by Mrs. Tu, I'm requested to share about with you two things. Number one is about the quantities or qualification to be a successful business leader in Vietnam, and especially at the context of the pandemic, COVID-19 and post period. And second, probably I will save it for more Q&A about my personal view on how to, develop our business, started up my business, and partnering with Nikkei Incorporation. And Japanese, I think they all know Nikkei is a Japanese media and data analytics company, and the mother company of Financial Times, the UK-based media and actually data analytics as well. And I think I have two perspective to share with participants, and especially the student as of today. So first, I am the entrepreneurs, and I lead my business and started up from scratch. And second, I have a very good relationship with my Japanese partner shareholders, Nikkei, and we have a long time, 7 years in working with them, and hopefully I can share with you some perspective from my view, what is important in working with the Japanese. Especially I saw some statistic, some of you or some of the students from VJU are looking for or keen to work with a Japanese company. Yeah, and that's the two main topics for today. But for the start of my talk, I would like to share with you a few slides about what does my company do in relationship with Japan, and it has some implication for you as an MBA student, or some of you may be doing the business, or at some level at some Vietnamese company or Japanese company, and the qualities or the skill or the qualification that's the business are looking for. And probably some of you may have your own startup spirit. That's something I'm happy to share. And especially the application of the MBA knowledge and skills and case study in the real business. And that's the main two topics. But let me use my screen to start with the first topic. And I think the second topic, I prefer to have some open discussion, probably with me, or have it combined with Professor Ming later on. So let me move on So a little bit about Fin Group. So we started up 14 years ago when I was working as a fund manager in Vietnam Holding. And I found out that the independent information and data analytics for Vietnamese capital markets, specifically for stock market and now the bond market and investment as well, is very poorly for making the decision. And that's why I and two other co-founders started up this business, and we focus on financial information. The first pillar on the top left, you can see there, and we are supporting almost all institutional investor, including many of them from Japan, investing in Vietnam. And I can share with you that's the main reason. That's Nikkei. They invested in my company and supporting thousands of Japanese investors. And let me share with you later on, as Murita-san, Professor Murita indicated about the style of Japanese, and I like it very much, about scientific perspective or data-driven in all research or finding in real business, not only in the academic world. And the second, we process the business information as well for private companies, for risk management, and for everyone, especially the foreign partners, would like to know their customer, KYC, and assessing their partners doing the business or during the course of business, like they have a partnership or the transaction. So we are the one who support them to get close together to the business based on our independent data and analytics. And at the bottom there, we are the one of the first two credit rating agency licensed by our government. And we introduced this service to support the Vietnamese company, the issuer, the bond, and the investor, retail and institutional investor, including the funds and the banks and investor from Japan having investment in Vietnamese capital market, especially the bond and corporate bonds and other debt instruments. And lastly, the research service. And as you see, the Japanese, they like it very much. Actually, 50% of our customer clients using this service is Japanese. All the big companies are using our service about various industries before they come to Vietnam, or for searching for investment opportunities, or during the transaction process, making the due diligence and research before making the decision, either investment, M&A, merger and acquisition, or just business partnership with Vietnamese counterparts. So that's about our business. And I wanted to say we deliver the service on platform and based on automation and innovation very much. We don't do like traditional consulting companies, but we do, I think, almost everything based on technology base and platform as a service. I would like to share one thing, which our relationship with Japanese. So for Japanese, when making investment here and partnering with the Vietnamese counterpart here, we appreciate their very due diligence and details, searching and looking for information, different aspects before making the decision. Frankly, honestly, they are slow, but they are very, when they say yes, that means they do it. It's not something the investor or partner from somewhere else. Maybe they say yes, but maybe they don't do it. So that's what I respect the Japanese counterparts, my clients, my shareholders, and so on. So in short, my business is about to support the transparency of Vietnamese capital markets and cross-border transaction, including for trades and investment. And of course, we serve Japanese, Korean, European, and of course, domestic activity as well. So as I mentioned, we have Nikkei as our shareholder, and Quick is a information company in Japan. It's like Japanese Bloomberg. And we are like Vietnamese, information player. So that's we partner 7 years ago, and everything going well. And a lot of skills and quantities that I personally learned from them. We have regularly 2 Japanese working with us. But of course, during this time of the COVID-19, they couldn't come here. So, but we learned a lot from, business management and the transparency, the very detailed mindset, and the respect. So that's the I can share. And of course, for other line of business, for like ratings, we partner with the biggest global rating agency, S&P Global Ratings, and we have a technical partnership with ADB, Asian Development Bank as well. The bank, I think, majority owned by the Japanese government. So we have a lot of relation with Japanese business and so on as well. So back to the main question requested by Professor Tu. And I think that's requested by participant and student as well. So what are the quantities or the qualification for a successful entrepreneurs, especially during this point in time of the COVID-19 pandemic? And I would like to reconcile with a very standard MBA program. So I picked this up from the internet, but I think the VJEU program should be very similar. Of course, the detailed subjects or the major could be naming differently, but I think there are 7 areas for a standard MBA, and I think it's very needed for the real world business, as you may know. But I would like to emphasize in this time and in this era, some of you mentioned about industrialization 4.0 and digital era and so on, and it relates to my business and what we are seeing happening in around the world and in the region and in Vietnam as well, and specifically with our business case as well at Fingroup. We think the most quantities for a businessman or for a company is a point in time now, at the time of, we can say, crisis, health crisis. It's not the economic crisis yet, but it's about innovation. And before talking about innovation, I would like to mention a little bit about the other lower angle there about strategy and data analytics. So strategy, we work a lot with our clients and investor and a lot of executives from Japan. Before making investment here or business here, they did by the strategic and planning department by many Japanese corporation. So they focus a lot on strategy. And one of the things where we work a lot with them is about the research, about the industry, about the market, and about the regulatory, and about the competition, and about the demand for historical and forecast, and so on. And we started up our research business and from Japanese clients actually. So we work a lot with Daiwa House. I think all major financial institutions from Japan using our service when they come in here, like BTMU and so on. So that's I would like to share the strategy mindset and the knowledge you would expect to hear from the to receive or to produce. As a professor mentioned, it's not about consuming it, but I think that's one of the key quantities. That's a student, MBA student, would be equipped in doing very good in the real world business. And I think the Japanese business practice could be very relevant for you to have study tool or to at least to learn from what Japanese company is doing. It's not about the Kaizen, the very detailed improvements, but about strategic mindset and the way they handle a strategic decision. And I only know from my experience with them when penetrating or coming to Vietnam. The second is about very important. It's not about our business, but it's about the trend, about analytics. So it relates to digital era. It relates to automation and Vietnamese government. You may heard about this topic a lot. So for real business now, it's happening very rapidly. So I would love to hear the VJU program cover this for you. For not only for academic but about the real business. So like our business now, we 100% working from home, of course, like many other business, and we utilize a lot of automation from vendor system like Microsoft Teams. Some of you may use that, or our internal system, so they can work everywhere. And frankly, we are thinking whether we should maintain our office or not after the COVID. Maybe we have cut down and have a reception and maybe some very movable space for the staff, and may not necessarily maintain very spacious office. So that's something the MBA candidates or student need. I think I strongly recommend you to looking at further and generate or produce your own perspective and application in your work or your career choice. And let me talk more about the innovation, because this topic, I like it because I think I started up my business, and you may heard about a lot of unicorns. I mean, the billions valuation company around the world, and some in Vietnam. But I think many of them burn a lot of money, and some of them are dead. But I think for myself, at Fingroup, we apply, we call profitable innovation. That means we still have some stream of income for maintaining our business, like having bread and butter for everyday's business. And at the same time, we invest a lot in the innovation. So, and that's make us having very, very sustainable and recurring source of income for our business. So, and I see a lot of other business around the world, and you may heard about the technology companies performing extremely well during the COVID. And thanks to the COVID, while many other sector has been, getting down. So, and you see a lot of Vietnamese company, especially the banking sector, digital banks, and so on, they are performing very well as well, thanks for the innovation. And some big companies like Vingroup or some other, they introducing the electronic car and so on. So they are investing a lot in innovation during this time of like crisis. Of course, as I mentioned, let me have a disclaimer. It's not about economic crisis now, but it's more about the COVID crisis. So that's my key message or key take away for all of you about the three areas. I think you should be very, very concentrate during any MBA courses, either with VJU or others, or even without any training courses. I think that's something you should care about in your career development and or doing the business. And let me talk a little bit about innovation. This is very interesting finding from the by McKinsey. So one of the leading consulting companies that we have some chance to work with them. But basically, you see here at the last time of the last crisis in 2008 and 2009, it's a crisis, a financial crisis. I think all of you know, and the company have had investment innovation. So they have a superior return by the market capitalization. It's about 30% in around 4 years later. And I think if we update this finding for now, I think it should be 60% or 80% given the company in the tech and the non-tech companies that they invested in innovation, I think. And next is something about a little bit, maybe Professor Ming will share with you more, but let me saying one thing, innovation and productivities. So we have some statistic there. So you may see in the last 100 years or recently. So that's the correlation between the output or the GDP per capita and the and the changes in the innovation about the internet and now coming out is Bitcoin or many others. Of course, we have for Vietnam and some selected countries, we have some legal constraints. It's not ready yet, but that's something I would like to express my view about how the importance of innovation to the productivities. And of course, innovators or innovation have a lot of challenges. You may heard about that. And for our own business as well, a lot of excuse for the execution. And for as a business leader, you tend to take the MBA. I think you could be aware of that already. But I think that's something maybe the focus of your journey in doing the MBA. So talking is very easy, saying very easy, but execution to be the real innovator in this time period is very, very challenging. So it's not only about the money, but the capability for execution, very important, and of course the politics at work and at the working environment. If we apply some new things, new technology, a lot of people will be affected. So that's about the change management. And I think and I believe under the MBA program by VJU, change management, I'm not sure, you may correct me later on, that's something, especially during the changing world right now, the business environment is very critical. And I believe the student and the MBA candidates could be, have a chance to discuss and produce your own knowledge for the real application in your real life and real business environment. So that's all about my sharing, my talk for the topics I has been requested. So for more personal sharing, I would love to talk with you later. Thank you. Thank you for your listening and attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân, for your very interesting presentation, and especially your experience in working with Japanese investors and companies. I myself found that there are many similarities between your presentation and Professor Morita's presentation. What MBA provides not only knowledge, but also skill and Japanese culture, Japanese business philosophy. And I see that it could be applied in the Vietnamese company like your experience. And I do hope that we will have a lot of questions to Mr. Thuân and Morita Sensei in the Q&A question. And now I'd like to introduce the second guest speaker, Associate Professor Nguyễn Đăng Minh. He's currently is the chairman of the a lean management company, and he's the founder of a lean management made in Vietnam philosophy. And he also had more than 10 years working experience in Japan. And I do hope that his sharing is very much interesting and close with the what is the need, the necessity of the high quality labor demand in Vietnam and also in Asia. Now I would like to invite Professor Nguyễn Đăng Minh, please.
Yeah, thanks to first of all, I would like to thank Vice Director Tu and Professor Morita and the first speaker, Dr. Thuân, and all students coming here today. Thank you for now, Dr. Thuân speaking. In my presentation, I have two sessions. First, I would like to introduce a little bit about my institute, my company, and what we have witnessed from the human resource perspective during 10 years of consulting for both foreign company and Vietnamese company in Vietnam, and what perspective and what capability skill that Vietnamese or foreign company in Vietnam needs from MBA students and from MBA degree. So I have two parts, first and second. So let I share my company a little bit first. Can you see the?
Yes, thank you, Professor Minh.
Okay, so here we are. We have ZKM Lean Institute. Z present for Zin DNA. Yeah, Zin. Yeah, we need the management Zin made in Vietnam Zin. Yeah, and K in Vietnamese is Kết nối, it's connect. Yeah, M present for made in Vietnam and made by Vietnam product. We need Vietnamese students who study in VJU or everywhere can create made in Vietnam, made by Vietnam service and product to make the country stronger and make a win-win collaboration with the world. So the name is GKM. Yeah. So I myself is the founder of the company. We have 3 institutes. The company is very strange. Not only have research institute. One is the GKM Lean Institute. Another is education, and another is technologies. Our company has 3 institute doing research and consult for the company. So today I just talking about the management point of view. So it's just the Lean Institute. And our philosophy is make life better through Lean management made in Vietnam. So we study or we work, we need to make life better and sustainable development. So the philosophy is make life better. We only do the things that only make life better. If we don't make the life better, we don't do the things. Yeah, we don't study, we don't do anything. Yeah. So our mission is to constantly increase added value for individuals, enterprise, organization, and the whole society by implementing the so-called Lean management made in Vietnam. So our core value is use human knowledge to create added value. Same with Professor Hiroshi Morita say, we have a Kaizen and Mba. Yeah, the Mba is a place to use human knowledge to create added value. Yeah, so I will talk about Mba and Kaizen a little bit later. And our action motto is a good tâm thế. Tâm thế is a Vietnamese terminology that I created, and it's a spirit of Vietnamese people doing the right thing of the right product for the Vietnamese people and for the world. Yeah, it's a tâm thế. And the determination and continuous improvement. We have a Kaizen here. Yeah, the continuous improvement. Yeah. So it's a action motto of our company. And our product is in service. Like Dr. Thuan FinGroup, we have 3 areas. It's R&D. First, we have to do R&D to study Vietnamese management situation in many perspectives, in many companies, and we find a good model. And we do the consulting second. And if we get a good consulting, we conclude to lesson and we do the training. So the training is a third. First is a research. Second is a consulting. And consulting and research do the same together. And finally, we do the training. Yeah, we don't do the training from the first. Yeah, we do the R&D from the first. So I think the master student of VJU will be taught the methodology to do the research. Yeah, because VJU is a research university. So if you go to the VJU, you will study the R&D way and do the research. Yeah, the research is very important. I have been working for Toyota Motor Corporation 7 years and living in Japan 13 years. I know the research is very important and how important the research are. So when I came back to Vietnam, I do the research so much and do the consulting later. And it's our product. It's a R&D training and consulting. And we do many, in consulting activity, we do many things consulting. For many kind of companies, from big, middle, and small. And those companies who from those consulting activities, I have some advice from other students. Yeah. All small, middle, and big company are always talking about the skill. Yeah, practical skill and the thinking capacity. First is a thinking capacity, and the skill is not enough for the requirement of the enterprise. Even you work in the master course, and if you finish, if you don't study well, and pay attention to research or study, you don't have the capacity to do job in the creative sector. The company right now needs people have a creative point of view and can do the job independently. So the master student who are not students, not bachelor student, you study further in master. So you have to pay attention to the creative and problem solving skill, by yourself. So those companies always complain about the situation in Vietnam, especially the human resource situation, that people always do the job, obey or following the process that the leader required. So they cannot have the good capacity of proposing or doing as a creative proposal for the leaders. So it's a lacking of capacity that those companies always claim for. And our consulting activity is do the training again for the master students, because the company hires the master student for the creative, for doing the job in creative sector, not in the easy just like shop floor or something management easy. They want to do the R&D. Right now they need the R&D. They create the R&D division. They need a master student come in, but they cannot do that. They cannot do that with the way of studying recently. So please, maybe professor from Japan and from Vietnam will teach you how to do research and how to do the profit. That's Dr. Thuận said, the profit creating product and service. And the training activity of our company is retrain. That's the university and college cannot train the people. So we do the retrain activities, taking from the research and consulting activity of our company. We do the internal training system for the company. So the company are always talking about why you don't take this program to the university to do the training from the first, and the people have the master course have to retrain again, restudy. So it's a pity, a pity. So it's my experience. So we do the training activity, and we know that all the people, maybe 80% graduating from the university, have to be trained, retrained again in the internal training system of the companies. So it's a problem also. And we also have R&D, and we have achievement. Up to now, we have 10 years. I came back from Japan 10 years. We have trained and consult more than 1,000 enterprise, ranging from big, medium, small, in many fields. And we also train more than 500 families. The family company. They have the people studying abroad from America, from Japan, from Europe, come back Vietnam, but have to retrain again. To cope with the family company. So we do that. So this is the first I integrated something by introducing my company and my finding point from the training consulting to the company. And the second point I would like to do again the second part that I have a slide. Can you see this?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you see this? Okay.
Yes, that's okay. Thank you.
So what I have learned from this 10 year came back Vietnam, and the first the student who has master degree should go where? Yeah. So up to now, Vietnam is a manufacturing country. We don't have the market of research and development. Many Vietnamese companies, they don't have R&D division. So the student who study master always go to the normal place, such as producing or trading something. Yeah, not the place that master student where student go. Sorry, but from right now to the future, the student who has degree, master degree, should go to the creative sector. From right now, Vietnamese companies, they understand this, and several companies, maybe from now, they create R&D division. I consult 10,000 or 1,000 companies doing this. So the master student can go to the creative sector, such as R&D division of the company. So new study master for what? For go to the creative sector is a first, yeah, is a target. And you should go to the PhD or become scientist, lecturer, yeah. So on you can start up the creative startup, yeah. So you have to set the target and the purpose of studying master course, yeah. First, study master course for what purpose? We have to determine and have strong point of view. We go to the creative sector in the enterprise, or we go to PhD or become scientist, not study master course for fun or for degree, yeah, for the writings like this. It is my advice, yeah. And the second is we have to think about the disadvantage or some claim of quality of human resource that the enterprise of Vietnam or even the world complain about, lack of capacity in research. Yeah, I mean the true capacity. Yeah, in research of maybe in business we have to research a new business model, for example, or new product or service, participating in the research or doing something like that. And the student, master student, just Vietnamese enterprise claim think about they don't have so good spirit of doing the right thing for themselves and societies. Yeah, so please think about the spirit of doing the right things for themselves and society. People something just think about themselves, yeah, not think about the society. So the society right now should be sustainable development, SDG, yeah. So we need to think about the SDG, sustainable development goals. So we study master for ourselves and for the society. So we have to think about the society also, the SDG, yeah, sustainable development goals, and for ourselves. So it's a spirit of doing the right thing like that. It is a two things that the enterprise needs from the master course students. Yeah. And how to overcome those difficulties at VJU? I think VJU is a good place for you to study, because we can learn many things, good things from Japanese professor and Japanese scientific point of view and Japanese business. And Japan is a G7 country. And as you see from Olympic, they do very well. And the Japanese people, I think I have studied and living in Japan many years. Also, the more I came to Vietnam, the more I think back about Japan. I think Japan is a good country. Yeah, Japan is a good country also. And the country has a philosophy, have philosophy of sustainable development. So it's a good country. Three things. The country has philosophy. The country has the sustainable development point of view, and the country have the responsibility for the world. For the world. So I think you should learn something from Japan for the mutual benefit of Vietnam and Japan also. So it's a point. Finally, I show you of this picture. I returned Vietnam, but still have many relations with Japan. I have many friends in Japan, and even in Vietnam, I have I still have connection with the ambassador and many Japanese business network, and which I still study, doing research myself for the development of bilateral collaboration between Japan and Vietnam. So I like Japan also. And I study the good thing of Japan and taking back to Vietnam, and I study the good thing of Vietnam, sending to Japan. Not only we not only learn from Japan, but Japan also something can learn from Vietnam. So it's a bilateral collaboration. So I am in the middle. This is a good point. This is a bad point. So we can do, and if you have chance to study in Japan, we are friends. So we can do together. Something good for both countries. Thank you. It's my short presentation. I can talk more, but I think this time is limited. So let us stop here. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Associate Professor Ming, for your very interesting and valuable presentation. And now we have 3 guest speakers with the 3 pillars. First, Professor Morita with some keywords, leading education and research, and Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuân, the CEO of Vingroup, with the innovative, creative startup, and Associate Professor Nguyễn Đăng Minh with the tâm thế, tâm thế of things, do the right thing with the right person. I found that it's very interesting that today we have 3 pillars with 3 guest speakers, and we see that MBA program try to make the correlation among 3 pillars within the MBA program, and I do hope that if you join MBA program, you will have opportunity to experience. And now I'd like to ask a question from the audience and participants, about the what our guest speakers sharing. You can ask questions through the chat box, or you can speak directly. Thank you. Here I see in the screen a question from Việt Nguyễn. So Việt Nguyễn, can you speak louder to the guest speaker?
Hello.
Thank you.
Just now I just sent a message to the people that I would like to ask Mr. Professor Morita. So how do you manage the MBA course during the recently COVID virus epidemic? And also the second question is I do not to join this MBA course, but actually I am working in industrial park, so I'm not really clear about the how do we organize the MBA course for people in recent situation.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you Yeah. So I found that we have two questions. Yeah, first question regarding to the MBA program within the COVID-19. I would like to invite Professor Marita answer and about the experience when we were working and taking the MBA program, right? I will ask one of our alumni here to answer. Yeah, Marita Sensei, please.
Yes, thank you very much for your question. It is very important to know about how do we manage MBA course during this situation, right? Actually, in the last year, this situation started, and online course by YNU professors were provided during this time. And also, as I explained, internship program is one of the components of this program. And unfortunately, we cannot invite VJU students to Japan in the last year, but we provide some courses by YNU professors, which is not on the list of VJU courses, and also provided Japanese languages courses to learn about the communication or conversation using Japanese language. And also, we are now thinking that if we have some chance to invite the students who cannot come to Japan as an the participation of internship program, we may search for some chances to invite in another some short program in maybe 1 or 2 weeks. And that's we are now considering about this. Maybe I think that the things which I should answer to your question is this. Okay, so
thank you, Marita Sensei. And one more I would like to add regarding to Mr. Viet's question. Besides the internship, we provide online for the MBA student during the COVID-19. We can deliver the lecture through online through the IT system in VJU with the support, strongly support from JICA, and we have a very effective and high touch to support for the online training. Yeah. And the next Mr. Viet's next question regarding to the how to manage between working while right? So today we also have an alumni from MBA program, Mr. Phạm Tuấn Minh. Yeah, it's interesting that he's also experienced in conducting MBA program at VJU and also have the working part-time. So I would like to ask Mr. Minh to share your experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Tu. Good afternoon, Mr. Viet. I'm happy that maybe there's someone have some common concern with me. I must say that it is going to be a big trade-off when you decide to working while studying. But also I understand that we must have a kind of very big determination while we decide that. So I would like to share a little bit about my own experience because I belong to the fourth intake. So the fourth intake, in the first, we have 4 semesters. Then we have the first semester gone normally. But then if you remember, starting after the Tet, the Lunar New Year, the pandemic exploded. Then 3 semesters has been carried out under the pandemic situation. However, the last semester is the semester you will deal with the master thesis. So actually, you have to pay attention to 2 semesters, the second and the third. For myself, yes. So we can benefit a little bit, or more precisely, I think quite a lot from this situation with the support of technology. because as Professor Tu and Professor Morita had just explained, we have very strong technology to support us. Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Slack, and the modern system from UTVJU to serve lecturers from Vietnamese Japan University, serve professor from Japan to connect efficiently to you, not only you, but your classmate at the frame time that most suitable for all of you. For the fourth intake, I think that it was very stressful to follow all the courses, all the subjects. But we, not only me, but there are also my classmates. They are working while learning, while studying as well, and they always they have received full support from VJU, from MBA program, including lecturer and program assistant, to fulfill the course at their best. Of course, as I said, it might be the trade-off, means you cannot achieve the score as you wanted if you fully focus on the course. But there is another big benefit that you can at the same time connect your theory to your practical works. And I believe that is very meaningful for MBA program and something very unique for MBA program at VJU. Throughout the introduction of professors and speakers, you can see that MBA program at VJU at the same time local and regional and global. Means that from student perspective, after graduation, you will have chance to find job in Vietnam, in Japan, and maybe other place. So it's worth for you to invest time here and trying your best to balance between, I may say, work-life balance. I know that it is difficult, but it's worth it for us to determine to pursue it to the end. Hope it helps and wish you best luck.
Okay, thank you. My question is actually I just want to know that for the people who are working and joining the MBA course or not, because actually now I'm living in Bangkok City, and actually if I want that to have a chance, if I have a chance to pass the interview or also pass to be the student in MBA course, maybe I have to divide it out my time into professor for working and also for shooting the class as well. But I really consider that if university, the VJ university also support us for the people who are working and join in the MBA course. But that is what I mean.
I'm sorry, my connection maybe it's not good enough. I did not hear you clearly. Would you please type the main idea of your...
Sorry. Actually, I just want to know that is there any support for the people, for the student who is working in the industrial park, also for the people want to join in the MBA course, because actually now I'm living in Bangkok City and also I have to work as well. But I really love this MBA course. I just want to take the course. Also, I don't want to quit my course. So that is what I mean.
Yes, I'm sorry that I only catch some words from Viet. I do understand that you are considering between the job and taking the MBA program because our program is full-time, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And I do agree with you that it's very difficult for you. However, from Minh Sang sharing about the conducting MBA program and also part-time job, I think for the part-time job could be flexible, but for the full-time job, and I think a little bit difficult. However, in the near future, not now, but in the near future, MBA program is considering to switch to the part-time mode. Currently it is full-time. However, in the near future, maybe 1 or 2 years later, VJU is open the MBA program in the part-time mode. But currently it's a full-time, and we really want to put priority in the high quality, and we also provide the internship in Japan in 4 months. So that's why we require the full-time.
Let I say a little bit about the why we do the full time.
Yes.
A little bit, it's okay. Can I say
yes, please, Professor Ming. Thank you.
I study the engineering master course in the University of Tokyo master course. We do the full time, full times, and master course student do the part-time job. And I compare, now I'm working in the Vietnam National University. I compare with the part-time mode. To be honest, the full-time is better, much better, from the perspective of research and deep thinking, and not digest knowledge, creative knowledge that the Professor Morita said. So the full time is much better. From the short-term point of view, we need the part-time mode. But from the long perspective, the full time is the best. I thinking back from my experience. So please spend your 2 years for whole life. For whole life. I think it's true. It's true from my point of view. If I do the part-time mode in the University of Tokyo, I cannot get a job to Toyota, because we have to do the research and building up our capacity. We need no pain, no gain. Please. Thank you.
I would like to add something more, please. Because Professor Ming mentioned about some kind of technical background. So for myself, I don't have economic background. I am a technical background studying MBA. So for me, full-time is the most effective way, because for me, I need time to improve myself. I need time to understand just even at least small part what professor give to us. I cannot react too quickly because I don't have a academic and economically background. On the other hand, I also only full-time course give us enough time, enough interactions to understand and to train. Just please imagine that at VJU we have a lot of assignments. I'm sorry, Professor and friends here, but we used to have a job at VJU MBA program. There are 3 words: friendly, cozy, and crazy. Let's get apart the friendly and cozy word, because you can feel that everywhere, from professor, from classmate, from the safety guard. Cozy, because if you visit VJU, you see that it's very cozy place. But I would like to explain a little bit about the crazy part. You will feel crazy because there are a lot of deadlines, a lot of assignments. They are overlap each other. But then, as Professor Ming said, no pain, no gain. Throughout those kind of huge pressure, suddenly we realize that we understand things more, remember more. And through the interaction with friends, with classmates, which will be very limited if we spend part-time course, we'll see that unaccidentally, but more profoundly and more stably, the knowledge will stay with us longer and deeper. That's my own feeling. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ming. Thank you, Viet. And I would I also received some questions to guest speaker before, so may I ask question to Mr. Nguyễn Quang Thuần? There is a question for you. Could you please sharing with us about the reason why you quit your job, very good job, yeah, previously at price with what a PwC and an investment company, and decided to start up your business? Yeah, and do you advise for the MBA student, because today we also have the MBA student an opportunity job for the part-time and full-time job at your company and also in the industry? Thank you.
Thank you, Professional too. But before answering your question, I would like to add something about the question from Mr. Viet. So actually, for my career, 2 years doing my master, not MBA, but actually I took a lot of major or subject MBA focus, because I had a plan to run the business. So I did the master in banking and finance, but I took some course about people management, business, it's more about business administration, financial management, and so on. So 2 years, sorry, 2 years of my life, of course, I did overseas in Australia. I think it's a fantastic, and it's safe, it's met me at today. Actually, if I continue working continuously at the some firm or some factories, I don't think I can have the new perspective. So that's my case study. I'm not saying you suspend your career to just study MBA, but that's another perspective for you and for some other to consider. It really depends on your career plan and the life interests actually. So back to the reason, it's more, it's my story why I started up this business and I quit my job. Actually, when I was working for a fund management sector, we saw big problem in Vietnamese market. We don't have any information vendor, and 10 years ago, 14 years ago, no one was thinking about paying for information. They have a very clear perception is free. Information is free, even it's premium or no good information. But I learned that from when I study overseas in Australia, and have a chance to work with foreign partners, and especially for stock market, if we don't have good information, we just be like a speculator, I mean gambler. So that's my own reason for me to start up the business of information business. And luckily, then I got married with Japanese partner, and now S&P Global Ratings, so as a expansion. So that's the main reason. That's I changed my career. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Thuần, for your sharing. And I do agree with you that from your bottom heart, you want to contribute to the transparency of the financial market in Vietnam when you run your business by providing data, information, which is very transparent. Yeah, not only for the research, but also for the making decision, investment decision in Vietnam. Yeah, thank you so much. And the second question relating to the job opportunities at your industry, data analytics, and your company. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you. And for internship and employment, I think now we have 140 people, mainly data analysts and market analysts, industry analysts, and risk analysts for rating, and IT developer, I mean more technical. So we are open for any exchange or understanding the our business with your students, including the MBA. For if anyone would like to make some case studies about like Vietnamese startup and innovators supporting the capital markets, that would be we could be one of the consideration for your interests or by someone. And we are not manufacturing, we are more service based, more tech based, and more actually expertise based with innovation and mix up of technology and data and analysts and so on. So it's not like the traditional service company. So that's in short, we are open for some sort of collaboration or helping each other with the program student, depending on your interest and your further studying the relevancy and whether it's appropriate for your topics of starting the real business cases, or even the interest of your research. And remember, we have data, and for currently we have work with National Economics University with the sponsorship from the World Bank. We providing the data terminal for all, I think 40 economics university throughout the country, supporting the empirical research for researchers and lecturer and some students. So we are happy to have a chance to support the academic sector as well, not only the business and investment and financial sector.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Thuan. Yeah, I myself is also the customer of FinGroup. However, yeah, with the strongly support, very reasonable price when I access the data provided by FinGroup for my research and also international paper publication. And I do hope in the near future we will have more collaboration in MBA program with the FinGroup. And do you have any more questions with our guest speaker now? Okay, so
Professor Tu,
yeah,
may I have add some answer to the first question?
Yeah, please, Professor.
Okay, thank you to Professor Tu. About how to manage MBA course in this situation, even in the pandemic situation, I would like to add something more. As I said, special jargon or special term in the theory of management, BA, which is some space for collaboration, space for something, space for working something together with other people. We would like to offer some BA place or space to learn something new when you come to VJU, even if it is not in person, it is not even in face-to-face, but we can offer some opportunity for you to learn something new and have some new network with the people in Japan, especially the companies in Japan, including small size company in Japan, who are now searching for good human resources in other countries, knowing many things about the academics, especially management. So maybe I think that we can offer some places. It is not physical, but some space for have some for exchanging information and ideas between the Japanese business persons. That is something which I would like to add to the first question. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Morita Sensei. So we would like to assure that even in the COVID-19, VGU and also MBA program try our best effort and to support for the MBA student to maintain the highest quality. Yeah, we can assure that. Any more questions for our guest speaker? Okay, maybe we will come back to guest speaker in the next Q&A question. Yeah, thank you. So now I would like to move to the next section. I would like to share with you some detailed information about the MBA curriculum and also some information about admission and the scholarship. Yeah, wait a few minutes. Sorry, a few minutes. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, sorry. Yes. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to provide some more detailed information about the MBA curriculum and also about information about admission and scholarship. And here is our MBA curriculum. From Morita Sensei presentation about the differences of MBA at PJU with the other MBA program. So I would like to have more evidence from this curriculum. We have some common subject and we have some compulsory courses and it is relevant with the MBA program, and also from Mr. Fun sharing. Here include the marketing management, organizational behavior, and strategic management, something like that. However, we have the several choice of elective course for the MBA student from the second year. We have the Japanese language, which will have students after graduation can have the enough Japanese language to communicate and work in Japanese company. And we also have some detailed courses in the management or in the corporate governance or in accounting and finance, and also risk management. And we also have very special courses here, especially from Japanese professors, such as technology and innovation management, thought and religion in Japan, traditional modern in Japan, economy and business administration in contemporary Japan, and society and culture contemporary Japan, and law and administration in contemporary Japan. These very special courses will be delivered by Japanese and Vietnamese only in MBA. And through these courses, you not only transfer knowledge, but also culture and business style from Japan. And besides this elective course, we also have some series of guest speakers. And here today, you can see that we invite guest speakers like Mr. Thuan or Associate Professor Ming and other CEO from the industry to provide the current story, the situation in Vietnamese that will help you to have the detailed experience in the industry. And then the very special one is the internship. And like Morita Sensei is sharing about the internship in Japan. And finally, we have the thesis. And here some pictures to show you about the activities besides the education and training. We also have the seminar with the top leading professor from Yokohama National University and also from CEO in Vietnam. Yeah, it will help students not only learn knowledge, but also sharing and learning from the expert in the field. And here's some picture to the field trip in Vietnam. Our MBA students will have opportunity to join the field trip and learn from the companies, Vietnamese company and also Japanese company in Vietnam with support from the JICA. And here, very interesting that within the 4 months internship in Japan, MBA students will have opportunity to talk and discuss and learn directly from the top companies in Japan. Besides the education and training in MBA program also target at improving the research capacity for students to improve their research capacity and also creative skill. And we at VJU, we support not only by supervisor, but also in finance for the research activity of students. And here is our very, very special support. It is different with the other program in Vietnam. First is the internship in Japan, and the second is internship in Vietnam, like in Marita Sensei presentation. And VJU will cover full cost for all internship. Yeah, of course, with the strongly support from JICA. And here is some picture from internship in Japan. And if you join the seminar in the beginning, you will have an experience from a video clip, yeah, conducted by alumni MBA student. And here's some internship in Vietnam. And next, I would like to share with you some information about the scholarship opportunity for the MBA program in this year. And here we have some program from Japanese government as scholarship for own program, including MBA program. And also we have the scholarship from Japan Asian Integration Fund for own program students. And we also have the Yamamoto scholarship for own program. And here is the coverage of the funds, the scholarship. And also for VJU scholarship, we also have the VJU scholarship by the rector and or by Japanese enterprise and some individual to sponsor for VJU students in VJU. And here especially we have the rector scholarship by Rector Furutamoto, 50% of tuition fee for the student in all programs. And next is our VJU admission. And here we are in the last round, the last opportunity for you to be the MBA members. And we have only, you have to apply your document and you have to pass the interview by the professor at MBA program. And finally, we will have the result at the beginning of September. And here's some information regarding to the application for applying in the MBA program. I think it's very simple, and you will work with MBA program assistant Miss Hương, and we also have email and contact of hers in this. Here, Miss Hương will support you, yeah, to during your application, yeah. And that's one I would like to share with you. So you know that when we become MBA student, you will have many opportunity, not only learning, but also research, internship, and especially with very a lot of sponsor, yeah, with the support from JICA, from Vietnamese and Japanese government, from the rector and from Japanese enterprise. Here is the information for you, and also you can contact Ms. Phương for any more information. Yeah, and now I would like to come back to our schedule today regarding to the scholarship experience. I would like to invite one of my alumni students to share with us about the scholarship application. Yeah, so I would like to invite Mr. Đào Mạnh Tân, MBA Intake 2 student, to share with you about how to get the scholarship. Yeah, Tân Sang, please. I will stop my sharing and come back with you later. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. Morita Sensei, good evening from Japan, and all people from Vietnamese side, Vietnam side. My name is Tân, and today I will take about maybe 10 minutes, share some information and my own experience of getting scholarship in VJU. So I will share my screen, my slide.
Yes.
Okay. So do you see the slide?
Yes. Yes.
It's okay, right? Okay. So I will start my presentations. I will tell you about my journey with VJU. That I will focus on those who consider apply for the next generation of MBA in VJU, and I will share information with you with my personal experience. And if you are going to study Master of Digital Administration, so I consider you are businessman or businesswoman, right? Or at least you are trying to be one, right? We're businessmen, right? So I can tell you that the VJU program is a good deal. For me, the at the time I consider to participate in MBA in VJU. So I attend the last sharing semester, seminar. Maybe this is also the last sharing information sharing seminar for this insect. So maybe it's the last chance for you. And after I take that seminar, so I quit my job in well-known company in Vietnam, FPT Telecom company in Vietnam, and I start writing all the document and research and everything to apply for VJU MBA program. So maybe after my presentation, you will see this is also the good deal for you for this time. Okay. So one of the thing I study in, and it become my behavior in after the MBA course in VJU and YNU, that talking with evidence always. So all the professor require us to talk with evidence. So this is the evidence that I got half tuition fee scholarship for 2 times. Sorry that I can find the second one. So please imagine it's a refund. Okay. And I can tell you that for the interview at the for the first semester, I do not I didn't get any scholarship, not half or not full scholarship for the first semester. This for the second and for the third semester, I got the half tuition fee scholarship. And even I'm not the top 10 smartest student in my class, so I got it twice. And I can tell you that 3 facts. The first one, that my class has only 18 students. And the second fact that 33% of my class so got this scholarship, at least one. So it means maybe 1 or 2 people didn't get any scholarship. This guy tuition fee scholarship during the time in VGU. And the last one is that the top 4 didn't pay any cent for VGU. So they get in VGU, take the course for free and fly to Japan and come back and get the degree. So it's all for free. Even they got some other scholarship and other benefit. Yeah. And the second is that I participate in VGU Student Scientific Conference. I got the 3rd prize. And this is as my personal experience, I haven't participated in this kind of conference, academic conference, but for that time I team up with my classmate and we got 3rd prize. And as I know, that year only 6 teams participated in the conference and 3 got awarded. So if you can do the math, so I can tell you that the chance is 50%. You got the award in this. I don't know for the next intake, for the next generation, how it could change. But for my time, for the time I took it, so it is 50% of chance. And this award lead me to another scholarship provided by Toshiba Corporation. Toshiba provide scholarship for VNU, Vietnam National University, and so VGU is a member of VNU. So we had like some kind of quota for this scholarship, and that year only 8 VGU students applied for this scholarship, and I am the one of 3 got the scholarship that year. I did quite good of money. And also, if you can do the math, so I would tell you the chance is the 37.5%. You got the scholarship, Toshiba scholarship during the time in VGU. And also, if you can do the math this time, I advise you to not apply for MBA program because it have a very dangerous statistic cost. Yeah, you can see that Miss Tu also present about the cost. It had a statistic cost, so be aware. And so how I got the this 2 scholarship, and Miss Hương, the MBA assistant, programs assistant, she asked me to share some information with you. That I would like to share the keyword that you should align your target, and align your target is the my favorite actions that also lead me to the few next things I will present later. Okay, so because Morita Sensei and others professor said about the cost and all the hard working time that Mr. Tuấn Minh will tell you. So I will share you some information about the time we have a very memorable and great experience for us during the time in Japan. So that we got full subsidized for Japan vacation semester. Okay, especially for those who consider to attend the next generation of MBA program. Please consider this information and this image. Yeah, we have the field trip, a lot of field trip to, like in the left on is a picture in Toyota Memorial Museum. It's very excellent all the aspects. Yeah, and you will have the very good time with the professor, like this one. This we didn't do this highlight here academic seminar in Japan. You can see the picture in the right is the thesis defense in Japan. We work with the YNU professor in the seminar for after a lot of time and hardworking day during the time in Japan, researching, reading, and presentation and everything. So we come up with like very dark moment. You can see that. Maybe Mr. Ming will show some see some memorable moment with me. Okay, and you can see a lot of equation in the mirror in the board. That at the moment I can't remember what we study at that time, but we pass it, we got through it, and what doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? Okay, so back to the keyword of align your target. That back to 2019, I at the time I'm going to graduate, and I post my CV and apply for some company, and also I apply for Fin Group, Mr. Thuận.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At that time, I thought that maybe I'm suitable with researching and analyzing, because I have a quite good, I think quite good result in academic background after 2 years with VGU. But at that time, it's not work. It does not work. I got rejected for the first round because the position is not fit. So, so I got offer from Momo e-wallets. And why I say the keyword align your target, that Momo e-wallet is the subject of my master thesis. I research about mobile payment adoption in Vietnam. That's my master thesis. So I got the offer, very quick interview from Momo. And why the HR called me and asking for an interview, because that I don't have any experience in e-wallet section or fintech section, but the thesis of mine shows that I have interest, I have the target, and I have the some relevant experience after 2 years studies the field. So that's the way I got the job. I still work at the moment, and I also got the Kaizen award at work for maybe 2 times. The next time will come soon, because in the course we flew to Japan to learn the Kaizen, right? Kaizen course with Japanese professor in Yokohama National University. So it's a best way to practice what you learn and what you have so relevant. You show the align of your life. That it work, it could work, and I at least I could do the Kaizen at my working environments and career. So that also my presentation, and to sum up, the keyword I want to tell everyone who wants to participate or apply for the next generation of MBA program, that you should align your keyword, align your target. So you got scholarship maybe, and the scholarship will lead you to another target and another award and another position in the your next career. So it's a all It's all thing I want to say today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Tân, for your sharing, and a lot of secrets, were exposed today. And I think not only me, but also Morita Sensei and all MBA lecturer professor are proud of you with what you achieved, not only during your studying at BJU, but also after graduation. And I do hope that in the next Q&A, a lot of questions to you. Thank you again. And first, and then I would like to, before to come to the next sharing from alumni, I would like to express deeply thanks to Associate Professor Nguyễn Đăng Minh for very interesting sharing and presentation, because Professor Minh will be occupied by other meetings, so he's leaving now. And next, I would like to invite Mr. Hoàng Đức Trung, MBA student in Tech 3, to share about your experience in the career opportunity after graduation. Chung, please.
Yes, thank you, Professor. Okay, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I will share my screen right now. So we will start soon. So you can see my screen now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yes, so this is my sharing session. This is our MBA in Tech 3 in All Nippon Airways office in Japan. And it is actually why I want to post the picture here, because it is very special occasion. Actually, when we visit this facility, it hasn't been officially opened yet. But thanks to our MBA special connection with the company, and thanks to Professor Morita, he's here, right on the right side of the image. So we got this unique opportunity to visit one of the biggest airlines in Japan. So my presentation is also very brief. It's two-part scholarship and career opportunities. So I think I will skip the technical details because maybe you already understand everything better than I do. So I will try to give you some of my insight and my thinking. Hope that you can get some perspective from my presentation. So of course, as you already know, we got a lot of scholarship from university, BJU, and also from affiliated institutions and affiliated business, like from Saika, from Toshiba. Actually, when I include Toshiba scholarship here, I don't really remember who actually won it. But before now, I remember that Mr. Tan has won it. So congratulations. Okay, so we all know that we have a lot of scholarship, but how to win it? So I won't tell you about the technical step. I will tell you about my thinking about it. So the first thing and the most important thing I think is that you are not start from zero at all. And I think that just by applying to MBA program and by studying at MBA program, you have already made a lot of progress, already made a lot of meaningful steps. So it is not nice word to encourage you or make you feel better, but I really think it is the truth, because for you to spend 2 years full-time studying a master program, it shows that you are willing to commit very meaningful thing. So it is especially important for Japanese culture, I think, because they really respect someone who can commit and someone who can stay for a long time anyway. So your sacrifice of time and your commitment will be recognized by a lot of people. And I assure you that they will appreciate your commitment. And the second thing that you already have or already achieved is the support from the school, from professors, experts, and also from the faculty members. And it is amazing support. In this image here is not me, but my friends in MBA 3. He is in the middle. They are attending, they are participating in an internship program of All Nippon Airways in Japan. And during the application and everything, he received enormous support from the school, from helping him to finish the application and getting the documents, visa, everything. So I think I won't have to explain to you too much about the amazing support that the school gives you. You will know it by yourself. And the last point that I think you have already achieved just by applying and by studying at MBA program at VJU is that you are actually pioneering in a very new, I think, new generation of a bridge between Japan and Vietnam. So why I include this point here, because of course, some people may think that there are already many students studying in Japan and there are many professionals already working in Japan. And while it is true, I think that I feel that something is changing recently between the relationship between Japan and Vietnam. And both countries are trying to build a new generation of the middle people that not just working or studying, but has to be an ambassadors of culture. So in my terms, I would say it is two-way ambassador. For Vietnamese, you have to represent the Japanese values, and to Japanese, you have to represent the Vietnamese value. So I think you are not too late to the party. You are still very early, and that is a very important step for you. And as I mentioned before, these are very important for you to realize what you already have, because the market now, is very competitive. If you cannot realize and if you cannot believe of the achievement you already have, you cannot persuade the recruiter, you cannot persuade the examiner. So please be rest assured and be confident that by studying at our program, you already make some substantial steps towards the success. And still, of course, you are already make a lot of right decisions, but there are still a lot of work to do. And it's basically, I think, for each scholarship and for everything else, there are specific criteria. But in general, I think you have to learn, you have to actively asking for help, and especially you have to make the most out of the free opportunities here. Again, I highlight the word free here because I like free things. I think everyone loves free things. We are Vietnamese, and I think everyone. There is nothing to ashamed of about liking free things. But the thing here is I'm very proud and feel very honored that I received a lot of free, amazing opportunities in MBA program that I cannot find anywhere else, even if I paid money for it. So it's an image here. On the right is my friend and I participating in a tea ceremony organized by the Japan Embassy. I think just after 1 or 2 months after we joined the university. So yeah, but anyway, the opportunities here are free of charge, but not free of effort. In fact, about the free thing here, now when I was received this opportunity, I didn't realize the full meaning of it. But when I look back, I think I was super lucky to receive this kind of opportunity. So please make the most out all the activities and all the cultural activities that the school and the program has dedicated a lot of time to build it for you. I think it would help you a lot with your not just scholarship, but also many things in your career. And next part is about the career opportunities. So you can already know by yourself that a lot of Japan companies, including Hughes Corporation, is looking for Vietnamese talent. And our program have invited a lot of companies to go to our school to have seminar, to have some kind of information exchange with students like Honda, Fast Retailing, Nippon Express, and Panasonic. And not only Japanese company, but also Vietnamese companies that has strong connection with Japan also are looking for talent. On the right side, I only include one company because it is a company I'm working for right now. It's Lotus Group, and it distribute and it partner with a lot of big Japanese brands to operate and to run business in Vietnam. So for the career opportunities, again, I'm not going to go into the details or specific steps, but I will try to convey my impression, my feeling about this, and I will highlight some points that I think would be meaningful for you. And I think the first one is you should identify your potential position very early. So I make a graph here. It looks very simple. not because I was lazy or anything. I thought really hard about it. And I think this is the best way I can present this idea to you. That you are actually the link. You will be the link between Vietnam and Japan. And for example, when I was studying, I think that Vietnam is changing. I know that Vietnam is changing from a manufacturing country to a consuming country. So there would be a lot of Japanese brands that will try to enter the market and try to approach Vietnamese consumers. So I may be the link that can bring those brands to Vietnam. And for my friends, a lot of people, they want to be the link in terms of academic. They want to be the link between smart people in Japan and smart people in Vietnam. So anyway, I think because you are studying MBA, so I think, oversimplified definition, business is just you bring some resources, some stuff to the people who need it. So from a certain perspective, you're always a link between two kind of things. So the sooner you identify your position, the sooner you can have a plan for yourself, what you should do, what you need to do to achieve that dream. And the second point, when I look back now, the time I studied at VCU, at MBA program, and why it helped me to be where I am today. I think that VCU and MBA program has very special value, that is, they create a momentum for you when you study. What I mean by this is that the program, they organize a lot of events and a lot of activities on a very frequent basis, maybe every week, every 2 weeks, every month. It keep on going. Like it has, you visit some company in Vietnam, you study in Japan, you participate in some social events. Why it is important? Because I think that for many other programs and many other university in different places, they mostly focus on teaching and learning. And at the end, they will open some career fair for you. So I think there is not much momentum is built up during the studying. But at our MBA program, there are a lot of things going on. You just keep participating, you just keep doing. And you may not realize, but I think that because there are a lot of things just keep on coming, you're doing a lot of things, it creates a momentum for you of moving forward. You may not think it is a big deal, but actually that is what happened to me. I enter the program, I study, and then I visit some company trip organized by the program. I go to Japan. I participated in some internship at Japan. After that, I participate in the career fair, and I got a job in Ho Chi Minh City now. I feel everything comes very natural just because the program has set up a lot of steps for me along the way. So I just keep going. And in young people terms nowadays, people may say, thời đến cạn không kịp. That means, I don't know why it happened to me, but actually I think it is because of the effort of the program that has built a lot of steps along the way for us to keep our momentum. So please remember, participate as many activities as you can, keep the momentum going, and I think you will find many achievements along the way. And the final thing I want to share with you is that I think many of you are worried about the not be able to go to Japan and not able to have many other activities because of coronavirus, because of the epidemic right now. So I think it's true that the experience and the opportunity to go to Japan is very valuable, but I think it's not the key asset of our program. It is the result of the key asset, which is the support and the dedication from the faculty members and also the connection with the companies. It's still there for you. So key assets are still there, and I think it even get bigger and stronger every day. So maybe you cannot get some opportunity to do this or do that, but if you can still have the key asset, which is the school, right, supporting you, then I believe that you will still receive a lot of wonderful, amazing experience when study at MBA program at VJU. So that is my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Chung, for your valuable and helpful information and sharing. And I think that from Chung and Tân experience, we not only provide information, but also motivation for the other candidate is considering to apply for the full-time MBA at the VJU. Now, next, I'm sorry that we have a very few minutes for the Q&A question. So do you have a question for our guest speaker and also alumni student, please? Yeah, today we also have some MBA students in the intake file. So do you have any question to our expert and guest speaker and also alumni student? Okay, so maybe you are hungry at the end of the day. Yeah. Okay. I think if you have any more questions and comments, please send to us through our contact, either send to you in the chat box. Yeah, Miss Hương is very beautiful and active woman will support you, strongly support you when you're applying for the MBA and also through your journey in the MBA at VJU. So today I do think that we have very fruitful seminar and discussion. We learn much from all of you, from CEO Nguyễn Quang Tuân, from Associate Professor Nguyễn Đăng Minh, and also from Professor Morita Sensei, and especially with the sharing from Mr. Minh, Mr. Tân, and Mr. Chung, our alumni MBA student, is very helpful, very active, very creative sharing, and that I myself learn much from you all, and I do hope that we will have more opportunity to collaborate with the Fin Group, GKM company, and will have opportunity to receive you all to come to the VJU to be the member of MBA program in the near future. Last but not least, I would like to invite Morita Sensei to have some in conclusion. Morita Sensei, please.
Okay. Yes. Thank you to Sensei. So today we have a very nice seminar, I think, and thank you very much for everyone who came here and participating in this program. And especially the participants who gave us some important and interesting questions. And I would like to say special thanks to keynote speaker, two keynote speakers, and Mr. Gwen Quang Tuan-san. Thank you so much for great talk to us.
You are welcome.
Yeah, that was so helpful for us, helpful for the people here who are now thinking about applying for VJU program. Okay, thank you so much. And I hope that everyone who are now thinking about going to MBA course in universities, please think about us VJU program MBA. This is very special program for you offered. And if you have some questions, please send us your questions. Anyway, thank you very much for coming to here, and I'm very happy to share important time with you. And finally, I would like to say thank you to Sensei for managing this program seminar. Thank you very much. That's all from me.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Professor. Thank you, Tu and everyone.
Thank you. Last but not least, please turn on your camera so that we have a overall picture for memory and note. Yeah, please, all participants, please turn on your camera. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, please turn on your camera, please. Yeah. Yeah, Hương, please help to take some screen photo. Is it okay, Hương?
Yes, I did it.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you everybody for your time and your participation. Thank you very much and hope to see you soon.
everybody. Yeah.
Thank you, Marita Sensei.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Ishihara Sensei. Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend to all of you. Take care.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. If you have any question, please send to Hương email. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
So thank you all. I have to leave. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Morita Sensei.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, see you later.